My boyfriend thought he was slick. Every Tuesday night he'd say he was at the gym. One day I showed up with Smoothies. The front desk said, "He's not been here in months." I waited in the parking lot. He pulled up with someone in his passenger seat. When he saw me, he froze. I just handed him the smoothie and said, "Protein helps after lying." I met Marcus at a mutual friend's barbecue in Austin, Texas. He was charming, with a smile that could light up a room. We bonded over our love for hiking and Tex-Mex food. After a few dates, we became inseparable. Marcus was a fitness enthusiast. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, he'd head to the gym for his leg day or cardio blast, as he called it. He was dedicated, and I admired that about him. Our relationship was smooth sailing for the first year. We shared everything, meals, dreams, and even a Netflix account. But as time went on, I noticed subtle changes. He became more secretive with his phone, and our conversations grew shorter. It was a rainy Tuesday evening when my curiosity got the better of me. I decided to surprise Marcus at the gym with his favorite smoothie from our local juice bar. I thought it would be a sweet gesture. I arrived at the gym around 7 p.m., smoothie in hand. The receptionist, a friendly woman named Lisa, greeted me. "Hey there," she said. "Hi. I'm here to surprise my boyfriend, Marcus." She looked puzzled. "Marcus? I haven't seen him here in months." My heart sank. I thanked her and stepped outside, the smoothie now feeling heavy in my hand. I decided to wait in the parking lot. Around 7:30 p.m., Marcus's car pulled into the lot. To my shock, a woman was in the passenger seat, laughing at something he said. When he saw me, his face turned pale. I walked up to the car, handed him the smoothie, and said, "Protein helps after lying." Then I turned and walked away. Marcus tried to call and text me, but I ignored him. I needed time to process everything. Eventually, I learned that the woman was a coworker he'd been seeing for months. He had been using the gym as a cover for their rendezvous. I ended the relationship and focused on healing. I leaned on friends and family for support and even started therapy. It was a difficult time, but I emerged stronger. It's been a year since that day. I've moved on and even started dating again. Trust doesn't come easy, but I'm learning to open up. Marcus reached out once, apologizing, but I had nothing to say to him. To anyone going through something similar, know that you're not alone. It's okay to feel hurt, but don't let it define you. You deserve honesty and respect. After that parking lot moment, I blocked Marcus on everything. I didn't cry right away. I felt numb. It was like my brain couldn't catch up with what I saw. I kept replaying the look on his face when he saw me. That frozen panic. The way the girl beside him slowly stopped laughing when she noticed me. It was like watching a movie but being in it at the same time. 2 days later, he showed up at my place. I didn't let him in. He stood on my porch for almost an hour, knocking every few minutes, trying to talk through the door. I didn't say a word. Eventually, he slid a note under the door. I didn't read it. The next day, I got a call from an unknown number. I picked up by accident. It was her. The girl from the car. Her name was Tasha. She sounded calm, like this wasn't her first time doing something like this. She said, "I just want to talk, woman to woman." I didn't hang up. I didn't say anything either. She kept going. "He told me he was single. I didn't even know about you until last week. I saw a picture of you on his phone. I asked him, and he said you were his crazy ex that wouldn't stop texting." That was a new low. "He's been playing both of us," she said. "He told me he had meetings on Tuesdays. Gym was his excuse for you, and work events were his excuse for me." Tasha asked if we could meet. I said no. I didn't trust her. I didn't trust anyone connected to Marcus. But she wasn't done. About a week later, my friend Jordan invited me to his cousin's engagement party. I needed to get out of the house, so I went. It was at this nice little hall outside of Austin. Guess who was there? Tasha. Not just there. She was standing next to the groom, smiling in pictures. I pulled Jordan aside. That girl, who is she? He said, oh, that's Malik's sister. You know, the one who lived in Dallas before? She moved back a few months ago. I stood there, heart racing. Tasha wasn't just some random side girl. She was connected to people I knew. This meant Marcus wasn't just sloppy, he was bold. He messed around with someone that close to my circle. And it got worse. Later that night, I checked my old email, one I rarely use anymore. There were messages from Marcus, sent days after the parking lot scene. One of them said, "You're the only one I really loved. Tasha was just a mistake. Please talk to me." Another read, "I know I messed up. But you know what we had was real. She doesn't know me like you do." Then the one that chilled me, "If I can't fix this with you, then I have nothing left." He was slipping into manipulation. I didn't respond. The next morning, a friend sent me a screenshot of a Facebook post. It was Marcus. A selfie, crying in his car. Caption, "Made the biggest mistake of my life. If you love someone, don't lie to them. I lost my best friend. I don't want pity. Just truth." Hundreds of comments. People consoling him. Others guessing what happened. He didn't mention my name. But people figured it out. My inbox blew up. I wasn't trying to air dirty laundry, but people kept messaging me. Some friends sided with me. Some were confused. A few, surprisingly, still supported Marcus. He's hurting. He just made a mistake. Mistakes don't last for months, I wrote back once. That was all I said. But the pressure started growing. I got a message from Marcus's mom. We'd met a few times. She liked me. Or pretended to. Her message said, "I don't know what happened, but Marcus is not okay. He hasn't come home in days. If you could just talk to him, maybe it'll help." I didn't know what to do. Part of me still had feelings for him. Not love, but leftover emotion. The kind you have after someone breaks your heart. The kind that lingers. But I also felt anger. He didn't deserve my help. He didn't deserve my sympathy. Still, I replied, he made his choice. And I left it at that. After Marcus's dramatic Facebook post, people started looking at me like I was the one who broke him. I found out he was telling people we were never official. Just seeing each other casually. That I was obsessed and controlling, and that I was the reason he had to lie. It was unreal. I started getting side eyes from people at my gym, at my favorite taco truck, even at work. Word travels fast in a city like Austin when your name gets dragged by someone who's good at lying. Then Tasha texted me again. This time, with screenshots. She sent me full screenshots of her convos with Marcus. Hundreds of texts. Marcus begging her not to say anything more to me. Marcus telling her, "I just need to make her look crazy first. She's gonna ruin everything I built here." That sentence hit me hard. He had a plan. Not just to cheat. But to cover it, and bury me in the process. He wanted people to question my sanity so I couldn't tell my truth without looking emotional. Tasha was angry too. She finally saw it. He was playing both of us, and then some. She added one more message, "You're not the only one. I found out about another girl. Maybe two. One lives in San Marcos." I dug around and found one of the girls. Her name was Kaylin. A waitress Marcus used to flirt with openly. I reached out. She answered fast. And yup, he had been with her too. Same lines. "We're just friends, my ex is obsessed, let's keep things private for now." When Kaylin and I compared notes, we realized there was overlap. He was with all of us at the same time. He didn't just cheat. He created entire timelines, characters, and scripts for each of us. Then came the part where karma kicked in. Turns out Marcus had a side hustle, a little freelance marketing thing he was doing with small businesses. A few of those clients started backing out. Why? Tasha told her brother Malik, the one who just got engaged, everything. Malik is well connected in the local business scene. And Marcus's lies had crossed into family. Malik didn't need to scream or make a scene. He just made calls. Quiet ones. And in less than 2 weeks, Marcus lost 3 of his biggest clients. Then came the cherry on top. One of the businesses Marcus was trying to pitch had a daughter, who turned out to be someone he dated 3 years ago. And guess what? He ghosted her back then after sleeping with her and stealing her Netflix login. Austin suddenly became a small town. Out of nowhere, I got a message from Marcus again. Not an apology. Not a confession. But a threat. It said, if you don't stop talking about me, I'll come over and make sure you do. That was it. I went straight to the apartment manager and showed them the message. I filed a police report too. Just in case. A few days later, I came home and found a small package at my door. No note. No return address. Inside? A protein bar. And a Polaroid picture of Marcus and me from last year. Smiling on the Greenbelt Trail. Creepy as hell. Here's where things turned completely sideways. One night, I was out with Jordan again. We were at this chill rooftop bar near downtown. I was finally starting to laugh again. Then I saw him. Not Marcus. Marcus's older brother. Daniel. He walked up to me like nothing had happened. Hey, he said. We need to talk. It's about Marcus. I didn't say anything, but he kept going. I'm not defending him. I cut him off last week. He's spiraling. I asked, why are you telling me this? And then Daniel dropped the twist I never saw coming. He lied to our entire family. We thought you cheated on him. He told Mom and Dad you were toxic, violent, that he had to move out because you were stalking him. My jaw dropped. I had never even met his parents. He said they were private. Turns out, he just didn't want them to meet me because it would ruin the fantasy he was selling them. Daniel told me their dad kicked Marcus out 2 days ago after finding out the truth. And Marcus? He was now sleeping in his car. As satisfying as some of that was to hear, it didn't fix the wreckage he caused. Tasha told me she was still getting weird texts from fake numbers. Kaylin blocked everyone with a mutual connection to him. And me? I was still getting tagged in cryptic Instagram stories from one of Marcus's burner accounts. He posted a picture of a broken smoothie cup with the caption, "Some people only know how to destroy." People in his circle started backing away from him. But the problem with someone like Marcus is, when they feel the world turning on them, they don't change. They get desperate. And desperate people, they're dangerous. After Daniel told me Marcus was sleeping in his car, I kept my distance. I wanted nothing to do with him. I thought the chapter was closed. But life had one more twist to throw at me. Tasha invited me to a birthday dinner for Malik. She swore Marcus wouldn't be there. Said he was still cut off and laying low. I almost didn't go, but I did. I showed up because I wanted to reclaim my space. My people. My life. The dinner was at this nice rooftop Mexican restaurant downtown. Good vibes, great music, free drinks. Everyone was laughing, catching up. I started to feel normal again. Then I turned toward the elevator. Marcus walked in. He didn't walk in like someone ashamed or guilty. He strolled in like he belonged, wearing a new button-up and that same smug smirk from when I first met him. Like none of the last few months happened. The whole table went quiet. I froze. Tasha gasped. Daniel stood up, already tense. What the hell are you doing here? Malik said, standing between Marcus and the table. Marcus shrugged. I just wanted to celebrate. I'm still part of the family. Someone from the bar shouted, Yo, that's the guy from the Facebook post. Laughter. Someone else yelled, Did you bring smoothies this time? That stung, but not for me. I smiled for the first time in minutes. Marcus's eyes found mine. Can we talk? Please? No, I said. There's nothing left. But he didn't move. Instead, he turned to the table. To everyone. All right. You all think I'm some monster? Fine. But none of you know the full story. Oh, don't you dare, Tasha said. Marcus kept going. Loudly. She knew I had issues. She said she'd stick by me. Then she starts snooping around, twisting stuff, dragging my name through every group chat in Austin. I stood up. My voice shook but stayed firm. I caught you cheating. You lied to every woman here. You lied to your family. You lied to me. And now you want pity because we finally stopped protecting you? His face twitched. For a second, I saw it, the truth trying to claw its way out of his chest. Then it happened. Tasha pulled out her phone and played a voice recording. She had recorded him months ago. Saying, I don't even feel bad. They all fall for it. Every time. I could tell 10 girls the same thing, and they'd still fight over me. Silence. Malik cursed under his breath. Daniel shook his head and walked away. Marcus didn't have anything left to say. He looked around the table. Everyone stared at him like he was a stranger. And then he left. Quietly. No words. Just walked back into the elevator. Nobody ate much after that. People started whispering, talking in little groups. Some checked on me. Some comforted Tasha. Others just kept saying how insane it all was. Marcus was gone. But the mess he left behind still hung in the air. The next morning, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Just one sentence. You won. I didn't reply. The weeks after were heavy. I'd randomly cry while folding laundry. I'd see an old picture on my phone and have to sit down. I didn't miss Marcus. I missed the idea of him. The person I thought he was. Therapy helped. So did time. Tasha and I talked more. We were never close, but shared trauma makes strange allies. Daniel apologized again for ever believing Marcus's lies. Even Malik called me just to say, you didn't deserve any of that. I hope you know that. I've learned people wear masks. And sometimes, the most convincing ones are worn by the people closest to us. I learned that protecting your peace is more important than saving someone from their own destruction. I learned that love without honesty is just manipulation dressed in affection. And I learned that healing is ugly, uneven, but it's worth it. I haven't heard from Marcus again. Not directly, at least. A friend said he left Austin and moved back in with his parents somewhere in East Texas. Maybe he'll learn. Maybe he won't. As for me? I'm not rushing anything. Not love, not healing, not even closure. I go to the gym now. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Not because of him, but because it reminds me that I can reclaim the things I lost. I still drink smoothies, too. And every time I take a sip, I remember the girl who stood in a parking lot holding the truth in one hand and her dignity in the other. I didn't win. I just survived. And honestly? That's enough for me.